Let's review for exam 4. So the first type of question is solving these quadratic equations with the square root property. Okay. With the square root property, which means we want to make one side a square root. Let's see first one, 8. Hold on, my drawing pad is not working. Okay. So let's observe this 3 terms. X squared plus 10x plus 25. That's a perfect square, right? That's x plus 5 squared. Because 10 is 2 times 5. 2 times 5. And the 25 is 5 squared. So we see that's x plus 5 squared. X squared plus 25 squared, 25. And the middle term is 2 times 5 times x, which is 10x. So that equals to 24. Now you see the left-hand side is a perfect square. So that means we can square root. So we want to square root both sides. When we square root, we get positive, negative, 2 values. But why is that? Just think about it. 2 squared is 4. And the negative 2 squared is also 4. So when we go backwards, when we square root of 4, so 4 can be 2. When we square root 4, 4 can be negative 2. So that's why we get a plus, minus 2 values. And so square root cancel each other. So we have x plus 5 raised by 1, right? Because this index is 2. So we can write it as irrational exponents. The numerator, the power is in the numerator. The index is in the denominator of the rational exponent. 2 over 2 is 1. And so that's just x plus 5 raised by 1. And this side will have plus, minus. Well, 24 is 4 times 6. So square root of 4 is 2. So that's square root of 24 can be simplified as 2 radical 6. So we get a plus minus 2 radical 6. And usually when we have x plus 5 raised by 1, so this one is by default, we won't write it, right? Just ignore it. Just write it as x plus 5 equals to plus minus 2 radical 6. And we want to solve for x, so we want to move positive 5 to the other side, becomes negative. So x will have 2 values. We have negative 5 plus 2 radical 6. And then negative 5 minus 2 radical 6. So I have 2 irrational solutions, right? We want to keep square root of 6 as it is. We don't need to press into calculator to approximate. We want to keep its exact value. Well, now let's see B. B, the left-hand side is already in perfect square form. So we just square root both sides. So square root, we got a plus or minus 2 values. And the square root, so x minus 7 square root cancel each other. Just get x minus 7 equals to plus minus square root of 81 is 9. So we'll get x equals to 7 plus 9 and 7 minus 9. Well, 7 plus 9 is 16. 7 minus 9 is negative 2. So we have 2 solutions, rational solutions, 16 and negative 2. For C, so C is different. C, we can move negative 45 to the other side, become positive 45. Okay, so let's write C here. We have 5x squared equals to positive 45. Now we divide by 5 on both sides. So get x squared equals to 9. Now we can square root. We're perfect square. We square root. So x equals to plus or minus 3, 2 values, so 2 solutions. X plus 3, x equals to 3, or x equals to negative 3. D, again, we have a perfect square form already. So just square root both sides. Square root both sides. So D we'll get 5x plus 2 equals to positive or negative square root of 3. Then we move positive 2 to the other side, becomes negative. So we have 5x equals to negative 2. Usually we write the rational part first. We write the irrational part second. Now we want to divide both sides by 5. So x, because 5x divided by 5, we get 1x. Usually we don't bother to write this one. We just write it just x. X equals to negative 2 plus minus square root of 3 divided by 5. So I have two irrational solutions. We want to keep this as they are. We don't want to evaluate. We don't want to approximate square root of 3. We keep irrational solutions just like this. We have two solutions, right? One is negative 2 plus radical 3 divided by 5. One is negative 2 minus radical 3 divided by 5. So the first one is using this square root property, which means we want to make the left-hand side in a perfect square form. Then we square root. Right, now let's see the second type. So we want to completing the square. Okay, I need a space. Let me erase this. So which means we want to write in the perfect square form. All right, so we need completing the square and equal to something. So let's use let's think about number first. Let's see 3. I want to write in something square. So I can write it as 2 square minus 1. So now I see a square, right? So what did I do in this? Basically what I did is I plus 1 minus 1, right? Because 3 plus 1 is 4. And 4 is 2 squared. So I added 1, I subtract 1. You know, that's a 0. 3 add 0, of course, it's okay. So we're going to do the same thing for this. We want to make a square. So remember, we have a plus b squared. Give us a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, right? A squared, a, b squared, b, and we have this 2 here. You see the first one, a, we already know x squared. So that means this is x squared. We already have x squared. And 2xb, let me rewrite it. So we have x plus b squared equals to x squared plus 2xb plus b squared. So we want to figure out such b. So how do we do that? Observe this negative 10x, right? So the middle term 2xb is negative 10x. Well, let's divide by 2. So we want to find b, what b is. Let's divide by 2x actually on both sides. So then we get b, right? Because 2 simplify 2 with 1, x simplify x with 1, we're only left with 1b. And this side we have x simplify x with 1, negative 10 divided by 2, that's negative 5. So usually when we're completing square, that's what we do. We take the number before x. So we make sure x squared, the coefficient of x squared is 1. Then we take negative 10, the coefficient of x, negative 10, we divide by 2. Negative 10 divided by 2 give us negative 5. So you see, that's how we got b equals negative 5. All right. Once we do that, we add 25. We add a negative 5 squared, which is 25, because that's b squared, right? Once b, we figure out negative 5. So b squared is negative 5 squared, which is 25. So we add 25, we subtract 25. We add a 0, basically. Okay, let's do that. So we want to add 25, subtract 25. Then x squared minus 10x plus 25, those 3 terms give us a perfect square, which is x minus 5 squared. Then plus 16 minus 25, that's minus 9, equals to 0. Then we move negative 9 to the other side, 0 plus 9. So get x minus 5 squared equals to 9. Then we square root. We square root both sides. So get x minus 5 equals to plus minus square root 9 is 3. Then we move -5 to the other side, become plus. So we have 3 plus 5, which is 8. -3 plus 5, which is 2. So we have two solutions. We have two solutions. And those two solutions are rational solutions. When we get rational solutions, that means the original equation can be factored. Indeed, do we see this? We can factor to be x minus 8, x minus 2, right? Because x times x, x squared, -8 times -2, positive 16. -8 times x, -8x, -2x, -8x plus -2x, indeed, we'll get -10x. So then once we factor out, we use zero property, we get two solutions, right? A and 2. But this question asks us to completing the square. Okay. Now let's see B. So B, we're going to do the same thing. We take the number before x, which is 4/3. We divide it by 2. Well, divided by 2 is the same as multiply by its inverse, multiplicative inverse, right? Multiply by half. Then we see this 4, simplify this 2 with 2. So that's 2/3. Right? So which means we want to add 2/3 square on both sides. So we have x squared plus 4/3x minus 1/3. Now we want to add 2/3 square and subtract at the same time, because we can only add 0, right? Then these three terms give us a perfect square, which is x plus, because it's positive, 2/3 squared. And then we have this one left, we have minus 1/3. We have this one minus 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9, 4/9. That equals 0. Then these two terms, we can combine, then move to the other side. So move to the other side, become positive. Negative, so 1/3 is 3/9. Plus 4/9. So which we get a 7/9. Now the left-hand side is a perfect square. We can square root. Right? We can square root. So we get x plus 2/3 equals to positive, negative. Square root of 7 is a 7. Square root of 9 is a 3. Now we move this one to the other side. It becomes a negative 2/3. Usually, again, we write the rational part first. So we write a negative 2/3 plus minus square root of 7/3. So two solutions again, two irrational solutions again. Now let's see C. C and D are different. You see the coefficient of x squared is now 1. It's 2 and 5. So what do? We want to factor out 2 first. So let me erase this so I can have some space. So let's look at C. So first, we want divided by 2, because we want to make the coefficient of x squared to be 1. So divided by 2, we get x squared plus 5/2x minus 3/2 equals to 0. Now we think, what is 5/2 divided by 2? It's the same to multiply by half, right? So 5 times 1 is 5, 2 times 2 is 4, so 5/4. So we want to add 5/4 squared and subtract 5/4 squared. So still write x squared plus 5/2x. Then maybe we write minus 3/2 here equals 0. So basically we add 0 into the equation on one side. So that won't change anything. So now these three terms give us a perfect square. X plus 5/4 squared. And those two negative terms, let's move to the other side, become positive. So we have 25 squared is 25, 4 squared is 16, plus 3/2. Well, we want to change it to be 16, common denominator 16. So 2 times a, 16, 3 times a, 24. 25 plus 24, 49. Common denominator is 16. Once we have that, we can square root both sides. Square root both sides, right? So we have x plus 5 over 4 equals to plus minus, well, square root 49, the numerator is 9. Square root of 16 is 4. Now we move this one to the other side, becomes minus 5 over 4. Rational solutions. Rational solutions again means the original one, original equation can be factored. So let's do the plus 9 over 4 minus 5 over 4. Well, 9 minus 5 is 4. 4 over 4 is 1. So one solution is 1. Negative 9 over 4 minus 5 over 4. Minus 9 minus 4, that's minus 14. Minus 14 divided by 4 can simplify by 2. Minus 14, so 14 divided by 2 is minus 7 and 2. So negative 7 over 2. So this means we can, one of the factor here, we can factor as x minus 1. And the other one is 2x minus, well, this is plus 5, right? So x times 2 times, so this should be factored as a 2x minus 1 and x plus 3, right? Because this gives us a 6x, this gives us a negative x, that adds up to be positive 5x, right? Positive 5x. So what happened here? Because why the solutions here is a little bit different. So here we have x equals 1 and then negative 7 over 2. So this means one factor is this, x minus 1. The other factor is 2x plus 7 equals to 0. Hold on a second. I think I made a mistake for this. Let's see where is the mistake made. So 5, oh, not 5 over 2. Okay, I have made different questions. You see, I did a 5 over 2 here. We don't have 5 over 2. Oh, I did, because I divided by 2. I divided everything by 2, so I have x squared plus 5 over 2x minus 3 over 2. Yes, that's right. So x squared plus 5 over 2x plus 5 over 4, because 5 over 2 divided by 2, that's 5 over 4. I add 5 over 4 squared minus 5 over 4 squared, then minus 3 over 2. So now these three terms becomes x plus 5 over 4 squared, and this one is 25 over 16. Move to the other side, become positive. Yes. Then 3 over 2, move to the other side, become positive. 2 times a, 16. 3 times a, 24. That's right. Then 25 plus 24, that's 49. So 16. Then square root both sides, we have x plus 5 over 4 equals to square root 49 is 7. Oh, I made a mistake here. Square root of 49 is 7, so this is 7, not 9. I made a mistake here. Square root of 16 is 4. So now 7 minus 5 is 2. 2 over 4 is half. So the first solution is a half. The second solution is minus 9 minus 5, which is minus 7 minus 5, which is minus 12. Minus 12 divided by 4, which is 3. So minus 3. So two solutions. So that means this is 2x minus 1 times x plus 3 equals to 0. Indeed, right? If we start from beginning, try to factor this, yes. That's 2x minus 1 times x plus 3 equals 0. Yeah, sorry, I made a mistake here. But to see this, okay, so whenever we have rational solutions, that means the original equation can be put in a factored form, right? But here we want to practice completing the square, skill. Now let's see D. Let me erase this. D, again, we want to divide every term by 5. All right, we want to simplify. Then once we divide it by 5, we get an x squared minus 4x plus 2 equals to 0. Okay. Now, -4 divided by 2, that's -2. So we want to add 2 squared, subtract 2 squared. Actually, we add a -2 squared, subtract -2 squared. But because it's squared, -2 squared is 4. Okay. So x squared minus 4x plus 2. Now, these two terms and then this term become a perfect square, becomes x minus 2 squared. Now left with this plus 2 and minus 4 equals to 0. So that gives us x minus 2 squared. For 2 and -4, that's -2. Move to other side, become positive 2 equals 2. Now we square root. Square root, we get positive 2 values. So x minus 2 equals to plus minus square root of 2. Move -2 to the other side, so we get positive 2 plus minus square root 2. So we have two solutions, irrational solutions again. X equals to 2 plus radical 2 and 2 minus radical 2. Okay, that's using completing the square. Now let's see 3. 3, we want to use a quadratic formula. Right? Remember what's quadratic formula? If we want to put the equation into ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So we want to write it in this form. Then quadratic formula says the solution to such equation is this. It's -b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. All right, so let's check the a. So it's in the form, right? So figure out a is 2, a is the number before x squared, b is the number before x, and c is the constant, which is 1. Now we just have to plug in. So we get -b, which is -4, plus minus square root of b squared, 4 squared, 16, minus 4 times a, which is 2, times c, which is 1, all divided by 2a, 2 times 2. So -4 plus minus, so inside here, so this part we call discriminant. So 16 minus 8, well 16 minus 8 is 8. So square root of 8 divided by 2 times 2, which is 4. We'll have -4 plus minus square root of 8 is 2 radical 2. Right? Because 8 is 4 times 2. Square root of 4 is 2. It's 2 radical 2. All divided by 4. We can simplify this. Because the -4 divided by 4 is -1. Plus minus 2 simplify 4 with 2. So plus minus √2 over 2. So two irrational solutions again. -1 plus radical 2 over 2. -1 minus radical 2 over 2. Okay. You may try to completing square with this one too, okay? So this is using quadratic formula. Let's see B. Let's write B here. So B, A is 6, B is 5, C is -4. Plug into the formula. So -b, which is -5, plus minus square root of 5 squared is 25, minus 4 times 6 times -4. All divided by 2 times 6, right, is 6. So that's -5 plus minus 25, so we have minus 4 times 6 times 4. So minus 4 times 6 minus 24. Then times -4. Negative times -4, negative, positive. 24 times 4, 4 times 4, 16, carry on 10, 2 times 4, 8, so 96. So 25 plus 96, right? Because negative times negative become plus positive. So here, square root of 25, well, what's 25 plus 96? That's 1. So 121, a beautiful number. 121 divided by 2 times 6, which is 12. Well, so let's focus on this right here. So that's a -5 plus minus square root of 121 is 11. So 11 squared is 121 divided by 12. Again, we get two rational solutions. That tells us the original equation can be factored. So -5 plus 11, that's a 6. Right? Positive 6. 6 divided by 12, that's half. So we get a half as a solution. -5 minus 11, that's -16. -16 divided by 12 divided by 4, which is get 3, 4. So -4/3. These two solutions tells us the one factor is 2x minus 1. Another factor is 3x plus 4. Okay, let's go back to this. So we have 6x squared plus 5x minus 4. Indeed, right? If you try to factor this, we get 2x minus 1 and 3x plus 4 equals to 0. Right, 2x times 3x is 6x squared. -1 times positive 4, -4. The middle term comes from -1 times 3x, -3x. 2x times 4, positive 8x. Positive 8x minus 3x, that's indeed the middle term 5x. So whenever the solution is a rational solution, that means the original equation can be factored. Now let's see C. Let me clean this. So C, we do the same thing. We figure out A, B, C first. So A equals to 1, B equals to -6, C equals to 25. Plug into the formula, -b, -6 become +6. Plus minus -6 squared, +36, minus 4 times 1 times 25. All divided by 2 times 8 is 1, just 2. So get a 6, or 6 divided by 2, get 3. Plus minus, let's look at the discriminant. So 4 times 1, which is 4, 4 times 25 is 100. So get a square root of 36 minus 100, which will get a -64. Square root of -64. So we get a complex solution. Remember remember I equals to the square root of -1. So we want to write this as, oh, this 3 has not over 2. So we have 3 plus minus square root, so we get square root of -1, which is I, square root of 64, which is 8. So we have AI, what we can write I before 8 divided by 2. That's 3 plus minus 4i. So two solutions, two complex solutions for C. One is a 3 plus 4i, one is a 3 minus 4i. Okay, complex solutions. Now let's see D. D, remember when we use quadratic formula, we need to put the equation into standard form as ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0 form. So this one we have to move -7 to the other side. It becomes +7. So we have x squared plus 5x plus 7 equals 0. So now we can figure out A is a number before x squared, B is a number before x, C is a number all by itself. Then we plug it into the quadratic formula. -b, -5, plus or minus square root of b squared, which is 25, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is 7. All divided by 2 times 8, or a is 1. That's 2. So get -5/2 plus minus. Let's figure out the discriminant. So we have 25, 4 times 1, 4, 4 times 7, 28. 25 minus 28, square root of -3. Again, we got two complex solutions. So the real part is -5/2 plus minus. Imaginary part is square root of 3/2i, right? Because square root of -1 is I. So two complex solutions. All right, let's see. Let's clean this. All right, so I'm gonna take a break, then keep going with the 4 and 5.